Every market has a piece of fine print that separates the professionals from the headlines. On Florida's property tax amendment, this is it. Amendment 3 is not one benefit, it is two, and they diverge at a single word on the deed: homestead. For most of this year, the debate in Tallahassee ran through competing proposals with different designs. Some phased elimination over a decade. Some applied only to primary residences and left the rest of the market untouched. None of them held. On June 2nd, that changed. The Florida House passed the consolidated measure, 75-26. The Senate followed the same day, 30-9. What emerged was a specific bifurcated structure: one exemption schedule for a primary residence, one assessment cap for everything else. Here is what each track actually contains. Track 1 belongs to a homestead, a primary residence. Florida's standing exemption already removes $50,000 of assessed value from most of a property tax bill. Since 1992, the Save Our Homes Amendment has capped that property's annual assessment increase at 3% or inflation, whichever is lower, regardless of what the surrounding market does. If Amendment 3 passes in November, that exemption rises to $150,000 in 2027 and $250,000 in 2028. The state's own staff analysis estimates that would eliminate non-school property tax for roughly 60% of homesteaded owners. Track 2 belongs to everything else: a second home, a rental, a commercial property. None of it receives the new exemption at any threshold under any version of the amendment now on the ballot. What it receives instead is a lower ceiling on how quickly its assessment can rise, from 10% annually today to 5% if the amendment passes. That is a real protection. It is not the same protection. A word of discipline. Amendment 3 remains pending. It requires 60% voter approval on the November ballot. Its own sponsor has stepped back from formally campaigning for it. A legal challenge to the ballot language has a hearing this month. Both tracks I have described take effect January 1st, 2027, and only if voters approve the measure. Confirm your specific position with qualified legal and tax counsel. None of this changes whether a property is worth buying. It changes what a buyer should model before closing. A household treating a barrier island purchase as a second home with a primary residence remaining in the Northeast is pricing track 2. A household relocating fully and establishing Florida residency by December 31st, 2026 is pricing track 1, with a meaningfully larger exemption if voters approve it. Neither choice is right in the abstract. It depends on where a family intends to spend the majority of the year. Vero Premier Properties, the signature division of Coldwell Banker Global Luxury, exists to walk buyers through exactly this kind of structural question before it becomes an expensive surprise after closing. We rank among RealTrend's top 1.5% of agents nationally. Apple News named us one of the top 10 most trusted realtors in Florida for 2025. We hold the Cleveland Clinic Preferred Physician Realtors designation exclusive to this county, and we belong to the International Luxury Alliance across 60 markets. Between us, more than $1.2 billion closed across over 2,000 transactions. 2 properties can sit on the same street and answer to 2 different outcomes. The deed decides which one applies. Know which track you're on before you close. Call me at 7729-133-426 or call Ben at 772-713-9455 or visit FloridaEastCoastLuxuryHomes.com.